Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and I've got to say I'm delighted to be joined by JJ Metcalf, fresh off his win in Spain against Lejarraga. JJ, let's just start off, man. How are you feeling this morning?
Feel great, yeah. Other than the eyes, yeah, feel good.
Listen, it was a great fight to watch, man. You controlled the fight with your jab. Was that the game plan going in there, knowing how hard Kerman hits, man? He does hit hard. So was the game plan to just control that fight from distance and keep him on the end of your jab?
Definitely, yeah. Joe, my trainer, come up with the plan, and you know, sometimes you get dragged into fights, and he just made sure it didn't do that, and I've stuck to the game plan and got the win. Yeah.
Listen, how important was this win, JG? I mean, obviously coming off them back-to-back losses against Ted Cheeseman and Kieran Conway, and two great fights. I mean, the Cheeseman fight was a great fight, an absolute war, and then the Conway fight was another good fight, another close fight against two top like middleweights, super welterweights, whatever you want to call it, in Britain. But so, how important was it to get back in here, the win column against somebody like Lejarraga in Spain? How important was that for you?
It's very important, yeah. Like them two fights I had previous, there was so many things that went wrong. But you know, if I didn't believe I could go on further past that, I wouldn't have carried on boxing. I would have just left it and called it a day, because I don't want to be stuck around that level. You know, Joe believed in me. He's trained with me before, and he's put the plan together. You know, I feel like I've resurrected my career again.
Just talk to me about back to the fight as well. Obviously, when I seen there's a little clip going about social media where the both of you in the changing room, and both of you look like you went for an absolute war. Your faces are all bruised and stuff like that. So obviously, he was looking for them power shots against you. He missed quite a lot, but some did connect. So how powerful is him, and did he hurt you at any stage?
Do you know what? He never hurt me like where it was my legs or anything were gone, but I could feel every shot he hit me with. He's a massive puncher. You know, if I took my glasses off, you'd see, like, got 3 cuts over one eye. Had to get them stitched up, but you know, even his jab solid. You know what I mean? So, sort of made me box as well.
Obviously, there was a knockdown that wasn't called a knockdown, but in your eyes, was it a knockdown?
It's definitely a knockdown, mate. Yeah, caught him with the right hand over the top, like around here, and you know, he stumbled to the floor, and definitely a knockdown. I didn't even realise that I'd been counted till after the fight. But yeah.
Obviously, when you go in somebody's backyard against a home fighter, and everything's obviously against you, some might say that an away fighter in a fight with this magnitude is already 2, 3, 4 rounds down. So when that final bell had went, were you super confident that you'd won that fight, or was there a little bit of nervous energy with you going into that? With the judges' scorecard?
You know what? I was confident. I knew I felt I'd won. Do you know what I mean? So if I would have got robbed, I would have been disappointed. But I still wouldn't knew myself that I'd won, so it wouldn't have bothered me as much. But yeah, them type of decisions go, and it's good that people are starting to get the right results at the end of the fight, no matter where they are.
Talk about this division right now. Obviously, domestically, it's a tasty division. We mentioned the 2 losses you've had in great fights. I mean, Liam Smith's at that world level, and at world level, you've got Charlo, who's obviously the undisputed champion up there. It's a tasty division for you, and obviously you hold that WBA Continental title now. So obviously it's still fresh. It's the morning after your fight with Lejarraga, but man, you must be looking at the future and what's next.
Honestly, I'd take anything they offer me. Like, fight anyone, as long as it makes sense. And you know, the bigger the better for me. If they offered me Charlo tomorrow, I'd take it. Do you know what I mean? So,
just talking about your emotions right now, and obviously, because watching the Cheeseman fight, man, it was a grueling fight for people watching. So obviously, with yourself, and it was a grueling fight for yourself. So this fight here, you seemed a little bit more patient with your shots, and you seemed a bit more as disciplined, probably the wrong word, but your jab was absolutely perfect, man. So do you get drawn into fights? Is that sort of like the fighter's mentality?
I do, yeah, but there was so many things with the Cheeseman fight. I don't like to go on about it, because you know, Cheeseman was great on the night, and he deserved everything he done that night. But I was out the ring for nearly 2 years. I went straight into that fight, and I had all issues during the camp, and you know, I just feel if things were on the other foot, it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah. But that takes nothing. I mean, obviously, you're only as good as your last fight, and you're coming off against Lejarraga, who's been knocking people out for fun in some fights. So, I mean, for you, you must be very. I don't know if you've had a beer this morning, man. How are you celebrating this morning?
You know what? I went last night. I went little karaoke bar. There's a few of us in there. We had a great time. But I only had a couple of Guinness, so I'm all right today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Obviously, I seen Eddie put his post up with you in the changing room. What did Eddie say to you after the fight?
What to do? Sorry,
Eddie Hearn. What did Eddie Hearn say to you after the fight?
No, he just said I've been a good servant to the sport, and he believes my next fight should be big money fight. So all good news.
Listen, I do want to talk about. I do want to talk about the level, the world level right now with Charlo, and there was a post up that Liam Smith's name was mentioned as well. Obviously, being from the same city as Liam and stuff like that. So, can Liam beat somebody like Charlo if he got offered the fight tomorrow?
Could what? Sorry.
Could Liam Smith beat somebody like Charlo if he got offered the fight tomorrow?
Liam
Smith, yeah.
Liam would definitely take the fight, mate. Yeah. He'll he's a great fighter, Liam. So he could even go and turn over Charlo, wouldn't put it against him. You know what I mean? So he's right up there. He deserves the world title now, like.
Well, one final one for me before I let you get. I know you've checked out your hotel. You're probably on your way home now. So, one final one from you. Just anything you want to say to your fans and stuff like that supported you back home?
No, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who supported me and stuck by me through. You know, I went through hard last year, and still got loads of fans who all come out, flew over and watched me in Spain, and even people at home are messaging me constantly. Just like to thank them, thank all my team as well, family.
Definitely. Listen, JJ, man, congratulations on a great win, man. It was a great fight, and you deserve it, mate. So until the next one, man, I'll see you soon. Safe flight home.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, JJ. Bye. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.